You played in the FA Cup final, right?
Played at the end of the season in that FA Cup final, yeah. Which
that must have been like a dream come true, I guess.
No, total opposite for me.
Oh, really?
No, wasn't all euphoric or anything like that. No, Stewart Houston broke his ankle, so 3 weeks before the game down at Bristol City, I wouldn't have been playing.
Right.
Hadn't played a cup game.
Is it right? You offered him your medal?
I did, yeah. I felt a bit uncomfortable about the whole sort of situation and being slung in front of the press, and it's just all new when you're a bit younger, having to do. You got to watch what you're saying, because I thought, I'm going to get slaughtered here. Whatever I say is going to be right or wrong. Lou's going to slaughter us, rip us to shreds. And I remember seeing a headline in the paper. All I wanted to do was play well enough or just as good as Stewart. Yeah. And there was a headline in the back page of the Manchester Evening News, "I'll get Stewart a medal." I thought, that doesn't look right, you know. But I can't say I was looking forward to playing, honestly, because I hadn't played a cup game. It was just I felt a bit embarrassed.
Maisie, can you relate to that? Because I mean, I'm obviously not a professional athlete, nor have ever been one. But in my head, I'd be like, I'd be really upset that someone I worked with and trained with and had broken their ankle. But I'd see that as an opportunity for me, and I'd be excited about it. And it, I totally selfishly, I'd be thinking, wow, I can play an FA Cup, I can get a medal. I wouldn't, I'd think this is great for me, and that's bad for you, but now this is my chance, this is my moment, this is what I've been doing it for. I think it's a level of humility that I'm genuinely shocked exists in a professional athlete.
I would say there's more people of your thinking, Sam, than yours, Arthur. Would you?
I'd be exactly the same as Arthur. If somebody
felt comfortable.
If your teammates just got injured and just broke his ankle, then so much as it's an opportunity for you to play in a cup final, would you want to be in that cup final just because of that? Yeah. Your teammates broke his ankle. He's not even going to. Might not even been at the game, but the fact that you've seen one of your mates go through that. Yeah, I'm similar to Arthur.
I played in the game down at Bristol City when he broke his ankle. Yeah. Obviously, Maisie's played in games where somebody's done bad injury. You feel so uncomfortable and you hear a crack.
It's horrible.
You had to get obviously stretchered off.
Yeah. I played in the David Buss one here.
Oh, I remember watching that. That still gives you...
It's horrible.
So, I don't know, it's just the way...
But no, it makes sense, because actually listening to Maisie talk about it just then is, when I'm talking about it, it's hypothetical. So the person who has hypothetically got injured doesn't exist.
Don't know them,
whereas you actually know the person who's had something terrible happen to them. I suppose that changes it. But I still think it's amazing that that's how you felt.
Well, no, that's just the way it was. Playing the game was difficult enough. Everybody felt terrible for him. And Tommy Doc told me a couple of days later, "You'll be playing the final." I said, "All right, fine." It just didn't feel. He could have played Alex Ferguson, could have switched him over, could have played, shuffled the team around, made him put another more experienced player in. But it showed that he had faith in me anyway. But I can't say that I sort of look forward to the build up to it, like you get to cup finals later on, and you've got the build up. You're in the team on merit and what have you. Getting suits and talking about tickets for the game and all sorts. It's all sort of went over my head, really. I just felt sorry for Stewart, who watched the game on crutches, basically. Yeah.
When Sir Alex arrived, how did he introduce himself? Did he do a address the changing room, or did you have individual sort of sit down conversations with him?
No, it was in the cliff, in the sort of little bit of the gym there, not the big old gym that was like sort of gravelly on the surface. In the little gym at the dressing rooms at the cliff, he just said basically what I've said, really. I think you've got a squad enough here that's underperforming. Don't understand where you are in the league. We've all got to get the finger out, and you'll work hard, blah blah blah, and you got to get on with it.
So when it came to that point of thinking you might have to go elsewhere, you were the club's longest serving player, and I think the record FA Cup winner, because you'd won 3 at this point, which I think is more than anybody in history at that time.
Yeah, but it doesn't mean a thing.
No, I'm just wondering, like...
I'd reached a stage in my career, I was... Hey, everybody, there's far better players than me that have had to retire through injury or pack in or got moved on. There'll be players from the present squad getting moved on. They might not like it, but they'll be getting moved on. It happens to everybody. So it wasn't a surprise, because I thought I got myself playing to a level that I was playing well enough to stay in the team, and then we'd won 4 games in a row, I think, the second season. We won 4 games in a row, and then I wasn't playing, so I thought, well, you know, it's not going to happen. So you just know your contract's going to be up, and you got to look at Do you
think that's what it was, Arthur? Had your contract was coming at the end of the season, or had you gone in to see the gaffer, or the gaffer pulled you in and said, "Listen, we've got whoever behind us now"? And
the first season he took over, I had the operation, played a few games. The next season, not in the team, got a few games when people got injured. And we had a run of four wins in a row. I thought I was doing all right. Yeah. I'd be the first to say, no, you're playing crap or whatever. But I thought I was doing all right. And he just said, look, I've got to pick a team with players that I've got here with a view to the future. I said, that's no, QPR at home, I think we played.
Was that difficult for you to take, or well, just as you say? I know you.
I was never one to go knocking on. I would never ever knock on a manager's door and say, I should be in the team. I just felt as if you're begging, and if you don't think I'm good enough in training, if you think I'm not fit, I'll accept you. Not saying this is what happened with Sir Alex, but if anybody had dropped me, or anybody did drop, I wouldn't argue with it. No. You're making a decision. You're the manager. You think I'm not good enough? No problem. It's up to me. And if you think I'm not fit enough, no problem. I'll get fitter. But if I know in my own mind whether I'm doing well enough or good enough, and I think it was QPR at home. When I got the kind of, what were you, into the referee's room at the bottom, I knew what was coming. Yeah. There's better players than me being in that position. Look, I'm leaving you out, blah, 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 blah. I said, no problem. I think you make a mistake, but no problem at all. Yeah.
Was it difficult leaving then? Or was you... to be at the club for so long, would you have liked to have seen your career out at United? Or
I had my contract ran out in that summer '88, and I'd spoke to Ron, obviously, who by now went to West Brom, and said, look, obviously your contract's up and you're getting a free, we want to sign you. You'll love it here, and try to sell the club and all that. So I knew this was in sort of March time. I knew that was going to happen. I knew I'd be leaving, so that was it. You've got to get on with it. And I got my boots off Norman Davis, who we've mentioned before. Tesco's bag in the boot room, coming down in the lift, and who's coming up in the lift? Jim Leighton, who had been a sort of player with the same side of him with Scotland and whatever. That was the same day he arrived. Yeah, right. But you're walking. I'm walking to get my car, and I'm thinking, that's. But it's not as if I'm going to not be here. No, I'm going to come on and support them. I'm coming back to watch them. But it took a while. For a couple of seasons, I thought I should still be playing out there. I just thought, but once you get over that, you can come back and enjoy the games. Yeah.
So you've mentioned it, you've touched on it, leaving. Were you emotional when that time finally came, or were you excited for a new challenge at West Brom?
I wanted to get playing again. Felt as if I could still play at a good level. And so, getting out the lift, and Jim Leighton's getting in the lift, wish them all the best, obviously. But there's more players and better players than me that had to leave before me. Steve Coppell, I mentioned before, out injured when he was 27, had to pack the game in. Could have played another 200 games. You need a lot of luck. As I spoke about, you got to not be injured at the right times or wrong times or whatever. So teary-eyed, definitely, but
it's a great innings, though, isn't it? 16 years.
That's life. That's
nearly 500 appearances.
A lad I shared digs with only played twice. Yeah. And he was Jimmy Nick. If Jimmy Nick was sat here now, he'd say he was the best player on the team.